Day 1. Salvage ship, the Wretched. Flight engineer Gabriel Vega reporting. The other members of the crew are dead, and the engine remains non-operational, though ship integrity remains good and life support systems are still active. I successfully jettisoned the intruder from the airlock, but it remains alive and continues to try and access the ship. With a little luck, I can repair the distress beacon, and somebody will pick me up. This is Gabriel Vega, last survivor of the Wretched, signing out. Day 2. Salvage ship, the Wretched. Flight engineer Gabriel Vega reporting. After I threw the creature out of the airlock, it seemed to try and search the ship for any point of entry, and, well, the first thing I could think of was the observatory deck. It's the only place on the ship with windows. Sure enough, the creature was skittering back and forth across the windows, trying to look for any sort of weak points. I didn't want to take any chances, so I spent a few hours trying to reinforce them by welding sheets of metal over the insides. When the initial attack happened, I didn't get a real good look at the creature. I was hiding. I don't blame myself for hiding. In retrospect, it saved my life, but still, I can't help but recall its noises it made. It was like a metal pipe being dragged mixed with a sort of high-pitched squealing noise, almost like, I don't know, something akin to like a cat being in distress or the whimper of a dog. While I can't explain it, it's certainly etched into my memory. I hear it all the time when I close my eyes, even though I know it's outside the ship. This is Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega, signing out for the day. Day 3. Salvage ship, the Wretched. Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting. So, sounds like my initial suspicions that the creatures trying to gain access back into the ship were correct. I could hear this sort of skittering, scraping noise in the air vents, and, well, either the creature has somehow made it inside, or something else is here. Perhaps something it left behind. I don't want to take any chances. I've spent some hours trying to lock the doors where the main air intake system's located, welding them shut. I unfortunately got stuck with some of the other doors on the other side and to the bridge, and it spent me a few hours trying to force the doors open so I can get out, but I made sure to seal them up behind me. I don't know, it could be just my nerves talking, but I swear I'm hearing the noises more and more often when I close my eyes. No, I'm sure it's outside. I mean, I saw it leave the airlock. I'm probably just going mad. Anyway, again, this is Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega of the Wretched, signing off. Day 4. Salvage ship, the Wretched. Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting. I spent the day climbing around the engines, doing some basic maintenance and trying to figure out what the heck I need to do to get the ship moving again. Well, easier said than done. I really couldn't make heads or tails of what the heck is preventing the engines from actually working. As far as I can tell, they are in pretty good shape still, and they should be able to activate, but maybe there's something else preventing it, like something's being blocked. I don't know. I gave up and, well, decided to return to my quarters. I've been carrying a rifle with me for the last few days. It's helped me with at least try and maintain some sanity. Though, to be honest, I don't know how much it'll do against the creature. It didn't seem to help Officer Hannah Brunswick. She was the security officer on the ship. I took it from her after I released the creature out of the airlock. Seeing Hannah She was impaled multiple times, it looked like. Her clip was half empty, so she obviously went down fighting, but wasn't enough, it sounds like. I don't know what this will do in my hands, but, I mean, push comes to shove, I'll use it. I'll have no other choice, right? I mean, I don't even want to think about it. This is Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting in and signing out. Day 5. Salvage ship, the Wretched. Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting. I've discovered something interesting. I'm able to, I think, distract the creature. It seems to take notice whenever I try to activate a distress beacon. I haven't been able to really pinpoint exactly how it's interfering with the creature, but as it's tapping away at the outer hull, I flicked on the distress beacon, and for a moment the tapping stopped. It seemed to pick up again about a few minutes later, a little bit closer towards the beacon, but ultimately the creature would return back to its original spot and begin its seemingly never-ending tapping again. I remember when it first attacked, I was in the medical bay, getting myself patched up. I actually got injured when we first came across the thing. It was some sort of black amorphous blob that was really just floating out there. We were just finishing up a job and hadn't yet gone FTL, so we were just cruising along, and there was a spot that looked like maybe a black hole in the distance, but it hit us. Something large hit us, and, well, some of the crew did a spacewalk, and I was one of them. I had volunteered, Yasmin, she wasn't feeling well, so I volunteered to go on the spacewalk, and, well, we collected samples of this strange black goo that kind of enveloped the front of the ship and brought it back in for study. I had actually cut myself on the way back in, holding it. It seemed almost like liquidy, but solid at the same time, sort of like a non-Newtonian fluid. In any case, as we brought it into the ship, the atmosphere on board seemed to, activate it, and it kind of sprang to, well, life, I suppose. Did a number on my hand and kind of mangled it a tiny bit. I had to get some stitches. Lo and behold, a few hours later, I started hearing the screams of my fellow crewmates, and I just decided to stay there, hiding under the med bay bed. Anyway, I'm gonna keep messing with the comm system, see if maybe that's related to why the creature is being distracted, or I don't know. This is Gabriel Vega, Flight Engineer of the Wretched, signing off. This is Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting in. It's still day 5. I actually managed to get the comm systems to blink back into life. There seemed to be a far-off vessel. I really couldn't get clear identification of who or what they were, but they definitely sound very garbled. I tried, again, desperately sending a distress signal, but, well, it seems my initial theory was correct, and the distress beacon's actually attracting the creature. Not long after I started sending the signal, the creature made its way to where the beacon's located, and a few short raps later, it seemed to completely disable the beacon, and the signal fell silent. I don't think they picked up anything that I sent out. I thought I should just add this one last update in, but yeah. Signing off for the rest of the day. Day 6. Salvage ship, the Wretched. Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting. It seems that my experiment yesterday has gone awry. I've lost power throughout the ship, and while I was trying to fix the backup generator, those failed too. I did manage to finally get the power restored, but I had to cannibalize parts from the backup generator, which doesn't seem like it's ever going to work again. I still can't get a good look at the creature. The outer cameras are all damaged, and, well, with systems not being as they were, the best signal I can get from them is a sort of garbled, staticky image. It's It's really hard to make out. Well, this evening, I managed to get somewhat of a glimpse of the creature. At least its movements. It's so strange. It's sort of like a spider in its movements, but it's weird. It's more like an upside down umbrella in how it's shaped, if that makes sense. But its legs are like almost blade-like. Like they're very reflective. The rest of the creature seems to be just pure darkness, but its legs are like little knives that skitter across the hull of the ship. I think that explains what the tapping noise is that I'm constantly hearing. It's using those blades to, I don't know, drill a hole inside the ship. I came up with a plan. I managed to gain access to one of the lander modules, and in the hopes that I could use it to escape the ship, but, well, the initial impact that we suffered, when it struck the ship, it also got pretty banged up, and, well, it doesn't look like it has any life support systems remaining. Really, there's nothing else I could do with it, so I decided to cast it adrift in the hopes that maybe the creature would be attracted to it and try and latch onto it. As I jettisoned it, well, I guess only time will tell if it worked. Yeah. This is Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting. Signing off. Day 7. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting. I felt I had to do something. The bodies of my crew have been, just kind of sitting there. I finally mustered up the courage to see them and maybe try and put them to rest, but it was a lot tougher than I expected. I started basically where I had found Hannah, our security officer. I could still see her lifeless face. She had a face of horror as she died, mouth agape, eyes wide open. Her eyes are, well, perhaps I shouldn't give too many details of the autopsy, but needless to say, she didn't have an easy way to go. I actually, along with her body, discovered a piece of the creature, or at least I'm pretty sure it's a piece from the creature. It seemed to be some sort of orb-looking object. It kind of looks like it would be made out of glass, but it's spongy. It's very hard to describe, but it, along with, well, a few, I don't know, pieces of its membrane or skin were scattered about on the walls, and I imagine Hannah got a few shots in before she passed, and, well, at least somewhat damaged the creature. Along with Hannah, I gathered the body of Captain Saito, crewman Alita Williams, crewman Yasmin Aguilar, and crewman Dante Carter. All of them have suffered punctured wounds to various parts of their body. I remember Yasmin, she wasn't feeling good the day before. That's why I actually went out and recovered some of the strange debris that we collided with, but Yasmin actually, she looked happy. Of all the people that I found, she had a visible smile on her face. I have no idea what would have been going through her mind at her last moments, but I guess if she was able to find some sort of happiness, more power to her. Me, on the other hand, I haven't been able to bring myself to actually jettison them. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to do. I've stuck them in the airlock for now, and, well, maybe I'll get some courage at some point. My scanners keep showing some sort of large object that periodically disappears from the screen. It seems to be much larger than the actual creature itself. From what I could tell, the creature is probably about, well, it's hard to tell because it's kind of shapeless. I would equate it to probably about the size of a bed, maybe like a queen-size bed, but it can change its height, it can change its width, though whatever that keeps popping up in the scanner is a lot bigger. It's, well, about a quarter size of the ship itself, actually. I'm thinking maybe this is probably what we collided with, that strange sort of black cloud. In any case, I've been continuing to try and distract the creature. I think my activity in the airlock actually gave me a chance to just kind of circumnavigate it. The noise that I was making and propping up the bodies, well, it gave me some time to do something very, very stupid and very risky, but I have to do something. Otherwise I'm just floating in my coffin, basically. I did an EVA, and I managed to actually boost the range of the Wretched's antenna, hoping that I could maybe get in contact with that ship again, or some other ship around. The distraction of my late crew seemed to work, as the creature didn't move any closer to me. I was keeping track of it through the extra cameras that we have out in the outer hull of the ship. The antenna's been boosted, but it's only a matter of time until, well, I probably shouldn't be pessimistic, but as mentioned, the creature seems to be attracted to the signal, so I need to work fast. I need to figure out some way to get out of this. For now, I think that's going to be it for today. This is Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting, signing off. Day 8, salvage ship the Wretched. Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting. I'm definitely on edge. I feel like I'm getting cabin fever here. The proximity alarms have constantly been sounding because the creature is outside the ship. It's been crawling around the ship, and I had it. This morning, I disabled them all. I took them out. I took out the whole system. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I've been having enough trouble sleeping already, and God, before the creature even came onto this ship, I was actually in the very early stages of, well, I was very interested in Hannah as a woman, and God, the last thing I said to her was, as soon as we get back home, I'd like to take you out and grab a bite to eat. And she said, sure. Her exact words were, sure, Vega. I'd love to. That isn't the end of my, well, insanity. I've been growing desperate. Shortly before the engines failed, I've already mentioned the black cloud that we had struck. Well, I decided to try and take apart the engine and try putting it back together to figure out exactly what's going on. Like I said, it doesn't look like it's damaged. It's just, for some reason, it's not working. But I feel like my endeavor actually caused more damage, and I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I did manage to fix the damage that I caused, but it's still not working. To make matters worse, I discovered that oxygen has slowly been leaking out from the hull where we first hit the object. I spent a few hours fixing it, but, well, I'm sure it'll hold, but it was so small, part of me just can't help think but that maybe the creature caused this leak. It's constant tapping on the hull. No, it couldn't have. I'm sure it would have been a much larger hole if it had happened. Yeah. This discovery earlier, well, it got me thinking. Yasmin, she had been sick, and well, I remember a few days before we ran into this problem. She had told me about this strange dream she had about falling into a swamp and, well, tiny bugs ripping her from the inside out. Now that I think about it, this swamp, this creature, I don't know. I'm probably reading too much into this, but it's so strange that she would have this dream, get sick on the day this would all happen, and then she died with a smile on her face. It just, I don't understand. I don't know. My brain is racked. There's now a sewage spillage in the silo, and I try to fix it as fast as possible, but the whole damn ship now smells like crap, and I don't know. I'm starting to think that there's not really a way out of this, and if I ever decide to open the airlock for my crew, I might join them. Anyway, this is Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega of the Wretched, signing off. Day 9. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting. I swear to God, it's talking to me. I can hear it. It's not just that strange noise that I heard when I first encountered it. I think it's actually talking to me. Speaking to me. And it sounds like it's coming through the comms. I disabled the communications. Maybe that's why it's attracted to those signals. It told me it wanted to free me. Free me from my paranoia, my pain. It told me Hannah was waiting for me. I had to shut the comms off. I don't know how or why or how it's doing this, but I had to do it. I had to shut him off. This is Vega, signing out for the day. Day 10. Salvage ship the Wretched. Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting. The gravity drives failed this morning. It was such a long and slow process dragging myself over the ship with no gravity, but after a long day I was able to fix it. Restore the gravity and, well, now everything's back up and running. Every day it just seems like more and more is going wrong with the ship. The creature was following me. I knew it was following me. Its constant rapping on the hull. As I floated through the ship's hallways trying to get to where the gravity drive's located, the rapping was directly above me the entire journey through. Our ship is, I don't know, 200 meters long. I mean, from where I was in my quarters to where the gravity drive was located is easily 65, 70 meters. And the entire way, I was floating. I wasn't even making any noise, and yet the rapping, it followed me the entire way. I don't know what to think of this. I don't know what's going on anymore. I miss you, Hannah. This is Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega, signing off. This is Day 11 on the salvage ship the Wretched. Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting. It seems I finally had a stroke of good luck. This part that I've been looking for, it's not a part, it's a tool. It's a, I don't want to, it's hard to explain it. It helps the engine. It helps read the calibrations of the engines. Maybe with it I can find out what exactly is going on with it. What's stopping it from working. I can't believe I found it. It was a miracle. You know, perhaps there's hope after all. I don't know. This is Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega, signing off. Day 12, salvage ship the Wretched. Flight Engineer Gabriel Vega reporting. Things are getting worse and worse on the ship. The water purification system still works, but, well, it's been noticeably less efficient. there's this constant smell of ammonia. It's terrible, but still drinkable by all estimates. Food is also not in the most ideal of conditions right now. I was passing the mess hall. The mess hall is where I found Alita and Dante's bodies, along with Captain Saito. I was trying to avert my eyes from, well, the carnage that was left behind. There's still blood everywhere. But I swear I saw something move in there, and, well, when Dante died, he had this teddy bear that, well, his daughter gave him. I don't remember the bear's name. I think it was something like, what was its name? Molly or something, I think. I swear I saw Molly in there, moving. I don't know. I found a tool the other day. I don't remember if I mentioned that, but yes, I found the tool that I need. So hopefully I get this engine working soon. It's used to. Well, I think I could use it to find out how if there's a blockage in the engine preventing it from working. I think this tool will help me with getting that started. Walking back from the mess hall, though, I saw more of those puncture marks throughout the corridor. I've mentioned this before. The creature. It sort of looks like, well, it sort of looks like an umbrella, I guess. It's rounded on the top. I've been able to get a better look at it through the outer cameras, and, well, I swear the other day it was staring back at me, knowingly. The top of it's covered in these glass-looking orbs. One would assume they're eyeballs, but, well, as I mentioned, I've actually held one, and it feels like a sponge, not something that could be. It just doesn't make sense on an organic being from anything that I can think of. But its legs, it has maybe 8 or 10 of them. I don't know. They're like spiders. They come down, and maybe the last, I don't know, 15% of the leg itself, it turns from this black sort of cloudy substance into a blade. There's no better word to describe it, but like knives or swords or something. They're very reflective. They almost just look like knives. There are puncture marks all over the hallways and corridors, between rooms of the ship. I could have sworn there weren't so many before. I found the tool. I found the tool. I found the tool. I found the tool. Day 13. This is flight engineer Gabriel Vega in his floating coffin. The Wretched. It's such a perfect name for everything that's going on right now. I found the tool, and I have the tool. I have it, and I've been looking around for places to hide. I hid initially in the med bay, and I don't think it's ever been in there. I don't notice any marks in there, so I can hide in the med bay. I can bring my tool with me just in case. Let's see where else. There's the hole's been, or the observation deck has been reinforced. I can hide there. I guess I could always hide into where we store our waste from. Well, the sewage. I don't think I'd want to go in there. It's quite smelly still. I still smell it. Speaking of shitty smells, the water, the water systems. I can hide in there. I can I can. There's probably enough that I can breathe in there still. There's enough air pockets. I can hide in there. Let's see. There's the airlock. The airlock. Yes, the airlock. With the other bodies, I can pretend I'm dead. If it ever comes in here, I can pretend I'm dead and just lie with them. I can. I can. Uh, I have the tool still. I still have it. I'm still using it. I know I'm gonna get out of this. I know. You don't believe me. I know you don't believe me. I know you don't believe me, but I'm gonna get out of this, and I'll never have to worry about you again. This is Gabriel Vega signing off. This is Gabriel Vega, day 15. The many skirmishes with the creature is it's constant trying to get in the ship. It's caused so much internal structural damage. I spent all day trying to track down all the issues and fix them as best I can. But it doesn't stop. It keeps trying to get back into the ship. It detached one of the habitat modules and set it adrift in space. I managed to seal off the area before the creature could actually get inside. But the climate control's now on the fritz, and mold is starting to spring up in my food stores, and I fixed it. I sealed up the locker, and that mold, it looks just. It reminds me so much of the creature. It's black. It's spreading everywhere. It's ruining everything. I don't know. I used Captain Saito's ID to access his private quarters. It's always been a part of the ship that, well, we were forbidden to use, and I managed to find some food in there. Bastard also had his own private hot tub. Of all the things they have on a ship, in the middle of God knows where, a hot tub. I'm sleeping in here from now on. If I die, might as well die in luxury, right? These past few nights I've been dreaming about the creature. It's my dreams are of a swamp. And the creature is there. It keeps trying to get me to go into the water. I have the tool. It's gonna fix everything. I know it. I know it. I know it. Day 15. It's here. It got in. I don't know how it got in, but it got in, and I don't know. Systems are failing everywhere, and I can hear it just outside the Captain Saito's door. It's scratching. It's about to make its way in. I don't know if I'm gonna make it out of this alive. I'm gonna try and be quiet. This is Gabriel Vega. This is us signing off.